Siyathemba nizolijabulela lolu hlelo.
Sanibonani bafundi ba grade 12. Mrs. Isbiya senza i-English first additional language. Namhlanje ke senza part of paper 2. Paper 2 wethu siyandla njalo sihlale sikhumbuzana. Paper 2 wethu is out of 70 marks. And then lo 70 marks ke uphendula ama short stories awu2 or whatever. Or short stories, poems, or whatever, or got to fund this class, and then it's 35 marks, which gives you, excuse me, 70. Today, we are going to be doing a short story. Since a short story today, it's called The Fur Coat. The Fur Coat. Fur Coat. Title. Siyazi ukuthi ama-coats ahlukene. If it's got furs, then it means that thing is expensive. Iyabiza. It is costly. It is a symbol. Yani, imele is success. More a fur coat, it means you are successful in life. And also, it imele a symbol of class. Good to wena ubelonga kwi-class elithile. Class elithile labantu abanjani that can afford, abantu abanjani that are rich. And then also if a coat it's a symbol of warmth as well, because it keeps you warm as well. Okay, kule short story kunama characters awu2 phela. The husband and the wife. The name of the husband, Paddy. Paddy is the husband, and the wife is Molly. Molly is the wife. We have only 2 characters. Paddy, who is the husband, and then Miss Molly, who is the wife. Let's look at just a summary of the story. What does the story entail? Jobe khuluma nge-fur coat nje ikhuluma ngani khonani la, right? Looking at the summary yethu there are only 2 main characters in the story, like I've mentioned. Kunama characters awu2, which is Paddy or a husband, and then the wife is Molly, and their surname is Makaya. Molly is a housewife. Uhlala kuphi ekhaya. And has raised ingane zabo. She has raised children on her own. Lezi ingane uyikhulise yedwa. Ekuphi uPaddy, husband. The husband is in and out of prison. Uyangena uyaphuma ejele due to akasona isigebengu, but it is due to his activities in the Irish Republican Army, which was called the IRA. Okay, before Molly bashade, no. Before Molly married Paddy, she used to work. Wayesebenza in her father's shop. Wayesebenza elekelela esitolo sikabani sikababa wakhe. Molly is just a housewife, an ordinary housewife. She's just plain, plain Jane, but again, a little sophisticated. She's a plain woman, and she does not have time. Again, to dress like other housewomen that Paddy refers to. So yena umama nje wasekhaya o simple ngama terms layman's term. She's just a simple woman ohlala ekhaya, and then akafana these other women umkhwenyana wakhe that she doesn't dress like that the other loose women Paddy refers to. Umkhwenyana wakhe lamakhosikazi labagqoka kahle ayithandayo, he calls them loose, as if abantu abangayiphethe kahle angazi ukuthi ba lose ngani, if they can afford those fur coats, if they can afford being rich. Okay, Molly uzubona ukuthi she's a simple woman. Ekhaya, when she is at home, because she's a housewife, what does she do? She mends her son's pajamas. Uyathunga, uthunga ama-pajama engane yakhe umfana adabukile. Uyabona ukuthi if ethunga, mending using the needle, petinality. Phambi kwakhe there's a pile of clothes for her to mend. Akubona kuphela ama-pajama lawa awathungayo. Khona ezinye izinto ey'dabukile efanele ayithunge. Kukhombisani ngale family. It shows the reader wena as umfundi we-story ukuthi uMolly and Paddy abanayo ini amashankura. They don't have a lot of money. uMolly njengoba bengenayo ke imali, she's filled with despair. Akumphathi kahle lokho. It makes her ukuthi because deep down yena ngaphakathi, deep down she wishes, uyafisa naye, she wishes that they were well off, ukuthi ngabe nabo bebenjani, bebenemali just like the other women. Should not have to mend clothes. Ngeke ahlale phansi lokho ethungana neyingubo eyidabukile. And then she thinks in her heart une wish khona into ayifisayo naye. She thinks that one day ngelinye ilanga she thinks that one day after she has died, kuthi ngelinye ilanga mangabe eseshonile, she wishes someone will invent kube khona umuntu ozokwakha ama-pajama angazothungwa but enziwe ngani, plastic pajamas that can be wiped with a dishcloth. Ungavele nje ungadingi nokuthi wafake emanzini wawashe, ungawasula nje nge-dishcloth. And also mawuthi adabukile uvele uthathe iglue wenze njani, unamathisele. She wishes that, ukhombisa ukuthi lento ayenza iyamkhathaza, akayithandi. Then uthi mhlambe ngelinanga mase ngifile engathi tholakala ama-pajama enziwe ngeplastiki azothi uma idabukile ozovele wawipe nge-dishcloth, or mase edabukile vele wanamathisele ngeglue. So lana khombisani ngoMolly. It shows that she's hoping for impilo enjani engconywana, for impilo elulana kunale mpilo ayiphilayo la ekhaya. Right. So as the story progresses, masiqhubeka istory, sithola manje ukuthi uPaddy, the husband, angithi kade lokho ephume ngene ejele because he was involved kwi-Irish Republic Army. Now uPaddy gets promoted. Uyathola umsebenzi, promote emsebenzini. He gets promoted ukuthi abe yini, to be the secretary to the minister for roads and railways. Uthola ke manje isikhundla sokuthi abe unobhala ka-minister of roads and railways. And then lokho kukhombisa ukuthini, it shows ukuthi they are soon going to be rich. uMolly uyabona manje ukuthi izinto ziyajika izinto la ekhaya. So uMolly manje ke usiyabona ukuthi no, labo mama laba kade ngifisa ukuba yibona, nami ke it's my time now. Nami I need a fair coat, ukuthi nami ngithi ngibe nalela class lalabo mama banemali. Okay, she wants a fair coat. The fair coat yakhe, it can either be mink, or those are type of fair coats, or a sable, or in a broad tail. She mentions all these different types of fair coats our tandai. Okay, kukhombisani la, angithi la kade ekhula esebenza esitolo sababa wakhe washada no Paddy baba nempilo engekho right. Now that he's promoted, it indicates now ukuthi there is a conflict that she experiences in her mind and in her heart. So sekune conflict lengidunisana ukuthi, do I need this fair coat? Is it going to symbolize ukuthi nami sengine class engibelonga ku-class elithile? Okay, and then uPaddy, she mentions this to her husband ukuthi, please nami, now that you are promoted, now that usuthole a senior position, can I have a fair coat? Okay, uPaddy agrees. Uyavuma uhusband ukuthi okay to her buying a fair coat. Uthi ngizokuthengela on credit because I cannot buy it in cash. I'll buy it on credit, especially since they can get a much higher credit because of his new position. Uthi ngizoyithenga on credit because vele njengoba sengiqashiwe sengithole a new position, promotion, then we can afford it. Okay. And then uMolly, all of a sudden, kade efuna le fair coat. Now she's struggling to make a decision. Manje akasazazi noma uyayifuna le fair coat noma akasayifuni. She struggles to make a decision about whether she wants a fair coat or not. She gives reasons why she needs one. Uyazi she izathu ukuthi yindaba eding, but go uyasho ukuthi and mina masiphuma, I don't have fancy clothes. Anginazo ingubo fancy. I don't have fancy clothes ama costumes. So if ngifake i-fair coat yam on top of lezi emaragaraga la ngwaqokayo, it will cover. If fair coat am I going ngaphezulu, it's gonna cover izofihla the cheap and plain clothes underneath la waqokayo. Okay, in the end the husband has agreed to sevumela uPhedi ukuthi no, we are going to get the fair coat on credit. And then in the end she decides no, angisayifuni njengoba ngithe une-conflict, akazazi ngaphakathi kune-inner conflict, ngiyifuni uyangabaza. So in the end she decides ukuthi no, she does not need a fair coat. After se-arguishile nomkhwenyana wakhe wazambiza ngokuthi uselfish, washo zonke lezi zinto, umkhwenyana wazobhala i-check, wamnika i-check, walithatha uMoli walidabula, and then in the end she says she doesn't need the fair coat. She ends up deciding that she really does not want one. So akazazi kahle kahle lo mama ukuthi ufunani, uyayifuna le fair coat noma akayifuni. All right, let's look at the story now. Looking at the story, sizo analyze the story as is. Now that we have done the summary, mas bheka i-summary sesiyazi ukuthi abantu abawu-2 that are involved in this story and uPhedi noMoli. Right, ake sibheke ke manje ke, let's look at the themes. Ititle sesiyayazi is the fair coat. Let's look at the themes. Athina ama-themes. Themes in the story. Themes in the story, the fair coat. Eyoqala, a theme that we find a desire. We first find a theme a desire. It desire ukulangazelela. There is a strong desire la to own a fair coat. The uMoli has got this strong desire ukuthi nami ukuze ngikwazi ukwamukeleka la labo mama naba abawosbanman namfanele. There is a strong desire to own a fair coat, and then ngale desire ana to own a fair coat, she believes, deep down she believes that she will be properly dressed. Mine a fair coat, then she'll be properly dressed when she owns a fair coat. And also the fair coat will afford her the lifestyle of success. Shuthi abantu abanama fair coat bafala kwi-category yabantu abanjani aba successful. So there is one theme ye desire, and then eyesibili theme ye social class. Social class which we associate with wealth, ukuba rich, and also hardship. Angithi siyazi la iqhamuka khona ukuthi yena ubekade esebenzela nje isitolo ekade ingane ekhaya housewife, indoda iphuma ingene ejele. Right, uMoli first kwenzekani, she struggled during the time uPhedi, that isikhathi ngathi uPhedi ekuphi when Phedi was in and out of prison. So bona as a family they were poor and had a low position in society. La society, social class bebenga consideration as abantu aba rich. So beku abantu nje abaziwa ukuthi yes, we do have the Makayas in this vicinity, but akubona abantu abalekile. So I situation ke manje change ke manje. Change situation kanjani? uPhedi now is being appointed. Usethola promotion. He is being appointed as a parliamentary secretary to the Minister of Roads and Railways. And then uMoli manje, she finds it difficult to adjust to the new status. Ukuthi sengu-Mrs. Secretary of the Minister of Roads and Railways. So she finds it, she's in a conflict. Akasazazi noma be happy noma kushuthi yena kade comfortable engabini rich. But futhi manje now that she's offered a position yokuthi athi raise the bar, use into engazi noma uyakwazi adjust to this new status. Then she feels insecure. Uzibona engazuthi I'm not worthy. She feels insecure about being in the company of wealthy women, because I'm a wealthy women, these women our neighbors are, but those that wear fair coats, and then now we are agaz noma with beautiful clothes, and then which will happen when they attend official events, which events, so she wishes she can have this fair coat so that ezofihla lezi ngubo zakhe cheap when they attend events with the husband. Right, she is worried as well. Uktin, that other women, the other women will look down on her. Perhaps in a fair coat, if enayo, it will impress other women, and she will fit in. So avesthanda ukuthi fit in kwi-society, umuntu ayikhohle ukuthi yena kahle kahle. Be satisfied with what you have. Why should you worry about someone? Because this is only you. Okay. Any theme like sitholayo, there is a theme of love, yothando, and generosity. Uphana. There's a theme of love, of generosity and love. Kanjani, uPhedi, the husband, uyamthanda uMolly. He loves Molly, and he is also prepared. Uzimisele ukuthini, to provide her with anything that she wants. Ukuba generous kwakhe, ukuphana kwakhe sibona when he agrees, to buy uMolly the fair coat. Okay, bese kuba futhi a theme enye appearance. There's a theme appearance ukuthi appearance la uMolly has been an ordinary housewife all her life, unlike the wives lawa amanye o Valera and no General Michael laba aba rich. So uMolly believes ukuthi the fair coat is gonna set off a new class that will change her to be a better person, and then she can be just as good as the wives lawo amanye awomakhelwane. Wenzani lana? For appearance sake, she is comparing. She is comparing herself to these women as though she too has the same importance. Husband promotion, so nami my neighbors are rich. So because of her husband has got a new position, right? So to her uMolly, the appointment paid. It means that uMolly will now mix in new circles. Sezongena kuma circles amasha, sezonyusa levels. Ama levels kaMolly ayanyuka, levels ziyanyuka manje, and she wants to be as good as the others. And then another theme that we find in the story is the theme of selfishness. Ubani selfish la? Umuntu selfish la uMolly. Why do I say she's selfish? She wants Phedi, the husband, to buy her a fair coat, right? Yet, futhi she does not seem to make up her mind. Okay, ngiyifuna. In the process, she confuses uPhedi, because so uyayifuna, Phedi wamenzela check, while double check. So there's an element of selfishness la. Kodwa yena uthe ubani selfish, uthe husband wakhe o selfish, whereas uyena uMolly who is selfish ongazazi tofunani. Okay, how is the story told? Setting la yenzeka kuphi? In the living room. Setting yonke story takes place inside Molly and Phedi's house in Ireland. Phedi and Molly bobabili, they are Irish, and they are the only characters in the story. Akekho omunye esimtholayo. Okay, and then we look at the structure, the development yeplot. Structure, the development yeplot. Ukuthi siqhubeka kanjani ke istory. Sesiyazi ukuthi when we meet them, we meet them in the living room. Base living room la behleli khona. One exposition, exposition, kwenzekani la, uPhedi gets promoted. Okay, uthola i-promotion yokuba secretary, right? He gets promoted. Umoli, now exposition again, Umoli, now yenagi, because the husband gets promoted, she must have a fair coat, ukhombisa ukuthi nabo sebezokwazi to afford the expensive stuff, right? And then there is a rising action as the story progresses. Rising action, kwenzekani la? Rising action, Umoli becomes defensive. Kanjani, what is to be defensive? Umoli becomes defensive about the reasons for wanting a fair coat. Uthewe ayifuna i-fair coat, right? uPhedi athi okay, it's not a problem. You can have a fair coat because now I'm saying to the promotion, you can even get a higher credit. Sithole sikwazi ukuthi sithenge, sikwazi ukuyikhokhela because vele sengithole promotion. But i-rising action isekutheni ke manje uPhedi considers practicalities only, and then he does not understand why i-coat is such an issue kumoli. Okay, ukuthi yini ndaba, yini i-coat is such an issue when, and then i-climax la ekugcineni, but in as much as understand, he doesn't dispute, akamnqaba ukuthi ayithole i-fair coat, he doesn't dispute. So kwi-climax kwenzekani, umoli, angithi sithela lapha kuma-themes khona selfishness, umoli wenza lento ekuthiwa i-projection. She accuses, kwi-climax, umoli accuses uPhedi, uthi kuPhedi of being selfish. He says uPhedi is being mean, he's being selfish. Okumenza ukuthi uPhedi abe upset because akasazi kahle ukuthi ngenzeni, because ngivumile ukuthi ngizomthengela i-fair coat. Now why am I called mean? Why am I called selfish? So Moli's desire for a fair coat causes what? Friction. It causes the friction between Umoli and him, and then it ruins. It runs to, and then Umoli abesiyabaleka, she runs to the other room. Would say you are very selfish, you are mean, and shock husband wake because now in a conflict yake, and then husband asale, but the corner a resolution. La a good resolution sebe avumelana ke la. Umoli is given a check by the husband ukuthi nansi imali hamba uthenga i-fair coat. Umoli, what does she do? She does not buy the coat. Instead wenzani, she destroys the check, uyalidabula check, and then she apologizes, uyaxolisa uhusband wakhe for being mean. Uyazibona ukuthi umuntu kahle kahle ongazazi ukuthi ufunani la uyena umoli. It's very important ukuthi ungafuni ukuyifanisa nabanye abantu, because waneliseke yilokho yikona, ungafuni ezinye izinto abantu because izokuqala. Umoli ubonile egcineni ukuthi kahle kahle, I don't need this fair coat, bengiyenzela ukuthi nami ngifuna ukugcwalisela usibani bani. Awukwazi ukuphila impilo yokugcwalisela abantu. Live your own life, right? Let's look at the characters, the characterization. Ama-characters vele siyazi ukuthi ama-characters anjani awu-2 kuphela. We have Umoli, who is the wife. Umoli nje, character yakhe yokuqala, she's very selfish. Uzicabangela yena yedwa. She only thinks of the fair coat, and then she wants to make husband guilty. Ukuthi sonke lesi sikhathi ngize ngizoyithola manje i-fair coat because usuthole i-promotion. So she is selfish, and also she's insecure. Umuntu insecure, umuntu ongazazi ufunani, ongahlalisekile. She's insecure, akayithembi. She's worried about not looking as good as the wealthy women lababanye when they go to ama events no paid. So she's insecure. U feel like I don't. So if she's insecure, unale lokuzani complex, which is inferiority complex, right? Also, she's ungrateful. Agabongi, because she's ungrateful. So agabongi, as she dwells on her difficult life. Ukuthi now ucabanga no ama-pijama amendwayo nani. Kodwa manje husband is ama levels asenyukile, but still yena she's ungrateful. She dwells on the difficult life in the past, and this shapes her thinking. So yena ngaphakathi kwakhe une inner conflict. Akanako akanelisekile ngaphakathi unale inner conflict emenza ukuthi angabe happy. Okay, okunye futhi uMolly, she is proud. She is proud, and also she's very stubborn. Proud kanjani? She is proud because kahle she does not need this fair coat, but unjani, she thinks it will be a good symbol, your status, which nami I need to fit la to this circle, these women that can afford. And also she's very naive. She hasn't been exposed into anything. She's very naive in as far as living in life efanele ngabe uyayiphila. Right. Bese sibheka i-character ke kaPhedi. uPhedi ni umuntu onjani? uPhedi, the husband, he is loving. He is very loving. Unothando uPhedi. uPhedi is loving. Sibona kanjani? Because he is supportive. Uyamsupport unkosikazi wakhe ezintweni ayifunayo uthi uzomnika zona akanankinga lapho. He's also very calm. Yazi uphansi. He's very calm and cool. Calm and cool. He's a very calm and cool person. Ngalesikhathi uMolly unkosikazi ebamini yena, he remains calm. And also he is practical. Izinto izibuka on the practical side. Why do you need a fair coat? Okay, he looks at situations objectively. Practical izinto zibuka objectively. And then kodwa futhi akamphikisi unkosikazi wakhe. Uma ethi ayifuna fair coat, okay ngizokuthengela. And also unjani, he is patriotic. Uyalithanda izwe. He is patriotic because he joins the IRA. Should patriotism ulthanda your country. He joins the IRA to free his country. That is why he's in and out of prison, because he wants to protect his country from Great Britain. Okay. This story lana sixoxa kanjani? The story is told in the narrator's point of view. The narrator is the third person who is not in the character. Osixoxelayo story. Okay. And then the style sisithola la sithini. Style, there is humor in the story. Humor because nangu uMolly ufuna i-fair coat, nangu uMolly akasayifuna i-fair coat, usedabula ama-check. So there is also humor as well. Okay, and then when we analyze short stories, be it poems or short story or drama, whatever, there is what we call diction. Amagama asetshenzisiwe, diction and figurative language. Figurative language. Figurative language has to do with the figures of speech, right? There are some of the figures of speech found in the story. For instance, we find the similes in the story. My examples are corner, as if she were throwing sacks of turf. That's a simile. Like all the Irish women, that's a simile. Crystal, like crying like a kid, that is a simile. We find there are similes, and also there are metaphors. Isimile angithi usually iba no like. Sometimes you like angabibikho, but if it's a metaphor, which is somebody is this. So there are metaphors that we find. For instance, in metaphor, the years had polished her hand. Shuthi is iminyaka yenza izandla zakhe zakukhombisa ukuthi usekhulile. So we also find her diamond bright eyes. That's a metaphor. Her heart leaped. That is a metaphor. Bese siba nama personification. Ukwenza samuntu. We also find personification. Personification, he addressed the room. How to address a room? Is it a person? So a personification, he addressed the armchair. How to address the armchair? It's a personification of someone. Donkey years ago. And then also her heart leaped is also a personification as well. And then bese siba na khona futhi ne-irony. There is i-irony. Irony sithola phi la? I-irony khona la. figurative language, because irony sithola ukuthi uMoli uthini. uMoli says Paddy is mean. Uthi uPaddy mean, selfish, uyancishana. Yet she is the one, uyena uMoli, that behaves in a mean way. Kanjani towards her husband, despite the fact that he is generous and loving towards her. That is an irony. Eyesibili, uMoli, excuse me, again accuses the husband. She says the uPaddy accuses Paddy of having a pleasant streak. A pleasant streak ukuthi wena uyabona ukuthi kade uhluphe kodwa umuntu kahle kahle on this pleasant streak uyena. Yet she can be regarded as having a pleasant streak because she cannot imagine herself wearing an expensive fur coat that she wants. So yeah, irony la is between the two. Okay, and then bese kuba ne tone. Tone and mood. Tone and mood. Tone eyokuqala nje, tone la injani. There is it's an angry and dissatisfied tone. Shuthi uMoli is angry and also she is dissatisfied. She speaks to Paddy, ukhuluma no Paddy ngendlela disgruntled. She's angry, she's dissatisfied, akekho happy. She's angry and dissatisfied with the difficult life she has lived. Ukuthi sengiphile impilo enzima, sengiphile impilo ebuhlungu, ngithi take care of ingane. And also she has, while Paddy was involved in the revolution. Okunye futhi tone, uMoli feels that other women have better lives. Ubitha ukuthi abanye abantu besifazane baphila impilo elula, yena she's dissatisfied with the clothes she has and with the role of being a housewife. And also bese siphinda futhi injalo itone, injalo dissatisfied, angry, light-heartedly. Mase sibuka ngendlela ethe ukuba ngconywana, narrator uses humor ukuthi sihleke kanjani. He reduces the seriousness of the story. uMoli lana reduce kanjani narrate mayixoxa lesi story. uMoli talks about the future. Ukhuluma ngefuture, future enjani that has plastic pajamas, ozokwazi uyisula ngecloth, and also my dabukile, you mend it with a clue. Okay, that is the tone. And then mood yestory njani. Mood is tense and also very depressing. Unkosikazi onganelisekile ofuna le maseniko athi akayifuni. It's tense, depressing, and also you can also say it is humorous as well. There is a bit of a humor because ekugcineni uMoli uyavuma ukuthi akasayifuni ifair coat, kade ebhizi ethi husband wakhe must buy her ifair coat. Right. Okay, let's look at ama extracts la. Kunama extracts. I've got 2 extracts from the story. How do you answer the questions? If when some short stories, or it can be poems, whatever, kuzoba an extract ezophuma, and then besoba nama questions. My questions, they are going to be based on that extract. Ofanele uyiphendule. And then into guide ke lapho kuba yini, kuba ama marks. Ukuthi ama marks athini. Okay, I'll read the extract. When Magaya, that is uPaddy, became parliamentary secretary to the Minister for Roads and Railways, his wife wound her arm around his neck. Okay. Lifted herself on her toes, gazed into his eyes, and said adoringly, shuthi nele wathola ukuthi uhusband wakho promotiwe omgaxa la around the neck, wama on her toes, and gazed in his eyes adoringly. Wambuka ngala umehlo lawo othando. Now Paddy imbukela la mehlo othando because now she feels it's time. Now she got a fur coat. She's now Paddy must have a fur coat. Okay? Of course, my dear, Makai cried, holding her out from him admiringly, for she was handsome. She was a handsome little woman. Mncane, to say she's handsome, it means she was beautiful. Wayemuhle uMoli, and she was petite. Wayemncane, in spite of graying hair, usenenwele ezimhlophe, and the first hint of a stoop. Suseqala ukwenza njani? First hint of a stoop, shuthi useqala ukugoba. Get 2 fur coats. Uthi husband wakhe, no, don't get one, but get 2 fur coats. And then sweethearts will give us any amount of tick from now on. Let's get the fur coat. Ungathola nawo 2, anginayo inkinga ngalokho. Molly sat back into her chair, wahlala phansi, with her fingers clasped between her knees, and said chidingly, "Usiyamthethisa ke manje husband wakhe. You think I'm extravagant? Mawucabanga shuthi mina ngiyamosha extravagant." Indeed, then I do not. And then the husband says, no, you are not extravagant. No, I don't think you are extravagant. We've had some thin times. When he says we've had some thin times, it means we've had cuts ezinzima together. And it's about time we had a lot of comfort in our old age. I'd like to see my wife in a fur coat. I'd like to see my wife take a shine out of some of those straps in Grafton Street. Which engathi ngabona uhamba la around the streets, right? Painted jades that never lifted a finger for God of men, for God or men, not too as much as mention the world island, right? By all means, get a fur coat. Go down to Sweetzer's tomorrow morning. Uthamba uye lapha esitolo eSweetzer's tomorrow morning, he cried with all the innocence of a warm-hearted, independent man. And order the best fur coat that women can buy. That money can buy, sorry. Molly Makaya looked at him with affection and irritation. Uyambuka uyamthanda phinde futhi uyamcasula. The years had polished her hand. The years had polished her heart. Politics, revolution, husband in and out of prison, children reared with the help of relative, and prisoners, dependence food. So iminyaka ayiphilile ibinzima, ingane zikhuliswa, imali coming from prison, and also from relatives. So uyambuka, she's happy, and also at the same time she becomes irritated, right? Looking at the questions, the first question is, why does Molly ask for a fur coat? Because the first thing that she says, I must have a fur coat. The question is, why does she want a fur coat? One, you can answer, she wants a fur coat because her husband can afford. Husband wakhe angakwazi ukuthi amthengele a fur coat because usenjani, because he has been promoted to be the parliamentary secretary, and also she wants this fur coat kanjani to wear it to special occasions. Naye afane namanye amakhosikazi anjani endawo, right? Going on to question 2. What evidence is there in the extract that Molly has had a hard life? State 2 points. Yini esikhombisa la kule extract ukuthi uMolly uphile impilo enzima, impilo ye hardship. 1, her life lacks comfort. Akazange abe comfortable empilweni. 2, her husband says that they've had some tough times together. Baphilile impilo enzima together. Even her fingertips are pink and coarse from hard work. Even izandla zakhe azikho smooth, agenze manicure, agenze lutho, because her fingertips are pink and cords from hard work. Shuthi umuntu okade njani esebenza kanzima. So those are the evidences ezikhombisayo ukuthi uMolly has had a hard life. Right. Going on to question 3. Using your own words. Makuthiwa use your own words. Sebenzisa amagama akho, not from the story. Use your own words. Describe Paddy Magaya's attitude towards Molly. How is the attitude of the husband towards the wife? You can say, husband loves the wife. He loves her. He will do anything for her. But he said, by all means, go get a fake hold. You can get 2 for that matter, which shows ukuthi unjani uyamthanda unkosikazi wakhe. He loves his wife, and also he is soft and understanding towards his wife. Uyambona ukuthi umuntu onjani unkosikazi wakhe. Right. Going to number 4. Explain why Sweeters, like the so-called fake quotes, would give the Magayas any amount of tick from now on. He says we can go there. He can give us any amount of tick from now on. Why? Because now he has got a better job. Uthola umsebenzi ongconywana, and he's going to earn more money. Usezothola imali ethe ukuba ngconywana, and also he qualifies for more credit because usethole umsebenzi ongcono. Number 5, quote 3. Number 5, quote 3 consecutive words. 3 consecutive. She's lama gama ozo quote out if they are consecutive ayalandelana. And if they say quote, please do put inverted commas to show what these are not your words you are quoting. To quote 3 consecutive words to prove the following statement false. Quote 3 consecutive words esikhombisa ukuthi this statement is false. Ithi-ke into, the Magayas were wealthy prior to Paddy's promotion. So babe wealthy, should babe rich before Paddy a promote. What are those 3 consecutive words also a quote? Some, you put a quotation mark, some, thin, times. If times are thin, it means these people, bebenjani, they were struggling. Some, thin, times. Which means they were thin times together. You can say something times or thin times together. They are 3. And then you close your inverted commas. Right. Number 6, refer to line 19. Molly Magaya looked affection and irritation. Explain why Molly reveals these 2 mixed feelings. Affection, uyathanda ngala, futhi ngapha is irritated. Yini kuthiwa lana explain, chaza ukuthi why uMolly ena these 2 feelings. All right. Eyoqala, you can say she displays affection. Ukhombisa uhusband wakhe ngathi embamba emhaka. She displays affection because uPaddy is loving, kind and generous. And also she displays irritation. Uyacasuka la. She also displays irritation. Kanjani na? She displays irritation because he doesn't fully understand what she has gone through. He doesn't fully understand ukuthi what does she want and how she feels, because yena ngokwakhe she feels that husband wakhe unjani, husband is stingy. All right. Number 7, refer to line 19 to 20. The years had polished her heart. The years had polished her heart. To explain both the literal and the figurative meaning of these words. Mabe khuluma nge-literal meaning, basuke besho i-meaning ekuyona yona. Figuratively, it's a figurative meaning, shuthi kusetshenziswe lapho a figure of speech. The years had polished her heart. So you can say la kule question, explain the literal meaning. You can say lapha number 7, literal meaning. It means she has been shined with wax polish. The years had polished her heart. Or figuratively, tough times. She has gone through tough times and they've made her stronger. So tough times have made her stronger. Right. Number 8, identify and discuss one theme of the story which is evident in this extract. Yiphi theme evident in the extract kade siyifunda now. Theme evident in the extract is a theme ye hardship, yobunzima, a hardship or of suffering, because they've had some worst times together, right? And then there is extract enye futhi yesibili. Let's just read it. Molly jumped up, let a scream out of her, and held Molly jumped up, let a scream out of her, and held the basket of mending at him. Stop it, I told you. I don't want a fur coat. And you don't want me to get a fur coat. You are too mean. That's what it is. And like all the Irish, you have the peasant streak in you. You are all alike. Every bloody man, you are all alike. Every bloody man of ye. Keep your rotten fur coat. I never wanted it. So to safune fur coat, just keep it. And she ran from the room, sobbing with her fury and disappointment. Mean, Yambo's husband, like, am I mean? Mean. If you are mean, it means you are selfish. Mean, gasped Magaya to himself. To think that anybody could say that I mean. She burst open the door to sob. Okay. And then I'll go to the garden party in a Macintosh. Garden party in Macintosh and I hope that that will satisfy you. And ran out again. He sat miserable at the table, cold with anger. He murmured the hateful word over and over, and a hateful word to mean, and then wondered, could there be? Could and then he wondered, where am I now? Okay, he murmured the hateful word over and over, and wondered, could there be any truth in it? He added 10 yards to the pyre. He reduced the 10 to 5, and then, seeing what he had done, swept the whole thing off the table. It took them 3 days to make it up. For 3 days. She had hit him below the belt, and they both knew it. On the 4th morning, after 3 days, she found a check for £150 on the dressing table. For a moment, her heart leaped. The next moment, it died in her. She went down and put her arms about his neck and laid the check torn in 4 into his hand. What double check? I'm sorry, Paddy, she begged, crying like a kid. You are not mean. You never were. It's time that's mean. Uthi ngiyaxolisa awukaze uze ube mean isikhathi. It is time. It's me, I mean, it is me that is mean. Kusho ukuthi umuntu omini la imina, it is not you. Akuwena. Right, okay? Let's look at the questions now. The first question, why does Molly have this sudden outburst in anger? Yindaba aqhamuke ecasukile. Why does he have this outburst in anger? Yini emcasulile? 1, he is giving her practical reasons why she needs a fur coat. She feels Paddy is being selfish. She feels Paddy is being stingy. So ubona sengathi uPaddy ustingy or selfish. What is Molly's suggestion about her husband when she says he has a peasant streak? Uchaza ukuthini mayithi umuntu oyipeasant umuntu ongenamali umuntu ohluphekelayo oyisebenzela nje ensimini. Yindaba athi uhusband wakhe he has got this peasant streak. what is Molly suggesting about her husband? Suggest her husband acts like he is poor, and also he acts like he was stingy. Going to number 3, refer to lines 8 to 9. Mean. Am I mean? Gas Makai, mean. Right. A, would write down one word which best describes Paddy's feeling in this line. Ufila kanjani? He is shocked. He is also hurt. Uthukile, and he is also hurt. Mina, am I mean? Mina. He's shocked and he's also very hurt because that is generous. Going to number B, give a reason for Paddy's feelings in question 3A. Yini menza abe shocked. Yini menza abe hurt. He feels that Umoli, the wife, is ungrateful. Umoli akabongi. He feels she accused him falsely. Because he's not like that. And then number C, explain the irony in Molly's accusation. It is Umoli. So when I explain the irony, when you explain the irony, he has been kind. He has been kind to her. He never refused to buy her the fur coat. Yet, what does she do? She accuses him of being nasty or of being mean or of being selfish. Right. Going to number 4, refer to line 11. I'll go to that will satisfy you. So I write down one word which best describe Molly's tone in this line. She's being sarcastic. She's angry. She's malicious. She is angry. And then like vendetta. Number 5, refer to line 16. She had hit him below the belt. Kutwala, explain both the literal and the figurative meaning. Okay, she has hit him below the belt. Literally, it means she has hit the lower part of his body. Below the belt. Okay, literally, it means the lower part of the body. But figuratively, below the belt, she has treated him. She has treated him unfairly. And she has hurt him emotionally. Emotionally, husband wake is hurt. Right. Number 6, explain how Molly's attitude changes in this extract. Attitude in this extract. She first accuses him of being nasty, of being selfish, and then of being stingy. Then now she feels guilty, and then she adjusts, and then she apologizes. You are not mean, you never were. It is me that is mean. She agrees with imina engi mean I win. Number 7, the last one. Do you sympathize with the Paddy Makai in this extract? Discuss your views. We are sympathizing on husband. There is no right and wrong answer here. You can say yes, why? Because he is kind to his wife. He is willing to do anything to please her. Yet his wife accuses him of being mean and stingy. He offers the wife to go to buy the fair coat, but his wife makes hateful accusations. Or you can say no, you don't sympathize with Upedi. Why? Because Umoli is justified to demand an expensive fair coat because Upedi can afford it. Or Umoli deserves anything she wants because she suffered when Paddy was in prison. So Fanela wins. Or you can say Paddy does not understand his wife's needs. She has to fit in to feel as if she is in the same class as the other wives. So there's no right and wrong answer as long as you support. You can say yes, you can say no. As long as you support, you get marks for that. Good to say no or say yes, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we've come to the end of the story. We've come to the end of today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed. Ngiyathemba nisithakazele isifundo sanamhlanje sesifike egcineni isifundo. I will see you sobonana next time. Isale kahle bafundi.
Ningakhohlwa ukuthi nisengathokozela ezinye izifundo eziyisithupha kanye nezengeziwe i-learner wellness, i-career guidance kanye ne-advanced program. Hlanganyela nathi kwizifundo ezi-online ku-068 151 1072 noma ku-GoDigi@godigitalsa.today. Siyabonga.